President Bashar al-Assad has issued Decree number 173 of 2012 appointing head and members of the Higher Constitutional Court. The decree names Judge Adnan Zuraiq as chairman of the court and judges Ahmad Abdullah, Mustafa Abdul Hamid Al-Hazzouri, Bashir Ibrahim Dabbas, Ruslan Ali Tablisi Matar, Malik Kamal Sharaf, and Dr. Jamila Musallam Al-Shirbaji as members. The armed terrorist groups continue their crimes in several areas across the country, targeting citizens, law enforcement troops, and public and private properties. An explosive device planted by an armed terrorist group blew up in a street in Idlib, wounding 6 law enforcement members and a child who happened to be on the site of the explosion and inflicting material damages in the area. In condemnation of acts perpetrated by armed terrorist groups, students gathered in the square of Aleppo University to show their support for reform and their denouncement of the killing and vandalism committed by terrorists. The participants carried Syrian flags and banners expressing rejection of all forms of foreign interference in Syria's internal affairs, chanting slogans saluting the sacrifices of the Syrian Arab Army. They called for showing no leniency when dealing with terrorists and those who support them. The ladies of Benevolent Syria Group today paid visits to a Syrian army position. They talked to the soldiers, the protectors of the homeland, and the citizens. With their high morale, the soldiers pledged to remain the bulwark that repels any vicious aggression against the homeland.
We
have come to honor our sons and brothers. We, as Syrian mothers, are aware that we have had a great civilization that dates back to more than 5,000 years ago. We are the children of Zenobia, Ashtar, and Julia Domna. Through this gesture, we want to send 2 messages. The first to the enemies of the homeland: enough killing of Syrian citizens and enough destruction of infrastructure. The second message is to our Syrian Arab Army. We back you in your confrontation of terrorism that has been supported by the Qatari and Saudi regimes.
We are the ladies of Syria coming to here now to be with our army, with our behavior. This army is our child, our children, our brothers, our fathers. We need him to make this country stable and safe. We come here to tell you how much we love you, how much stand behind you.
نحن مجموعة سيدات سوريا الخير.
We, women of Syria, have come to greet the Syrian Arab Army in its positions. We know they are defending Syria, our motherland, and the security of our children and grandchildren. Those soldiers are our sons.
UN observers continue their tour in different cities and towns in Syria. The UN team of observers visited today Al-Mleha area and Damascus countryside. Team members assessed the damage caused by the armed terrorist groups in the area. They also met with many residents there. The cabinet amended the Law 26 that has to do with the illegal use of electric power. The cabinet also looked into the draft that has to do with the establishment of social, cultural, and scientific NGOs. The cabinet then looked into the outcome of the local administrations committee and the measures it did to repair the public establishments and homes in the city of Homs. The cabinet gave initial approval to the Ministry of Information's suggestion to restructure Al-Wahda Foundation for press, printing, publishing, and distribution. The cabinet approved the decision of the National Media Council, which gave licenses to 6 newspapers and 13 magazines.